Today, I would like to extend my comments from last year. I spoke about innovation, that Chairman Modi innovated with this new concept, and this concept was to make medicine affordable for every person. I teach at Rutgers University, where I have many students from India. In fact, I would say 80% of my students at Rutgers University are Indian students. And I tell them, of course they must innovate, but I tell them innovation has to be of a certain type in order to be maximally beneficial. And I tell them that innovation must have impact. Now, what does this mean? Well, as you know, we all live in a society where we compete with each other all the time. We're fighting to be number one. We're trying to stay ahead of the crowd. We want to get the A rather than a B. We want to be the first in our class. We want to beat each other. But I tell my students that it's more than just beating somebody else. That really, to have impact, you must know that if you're not there, it doesn't get done. If you are not there and somebody else does it, that means you really have no impact. Impact only happens when you are essential for the innovation to happen. For this reason, I tell them, please don't chase after something that many thousands of other people are chasing. Just because you beat somebody else doing it doesn't mean that you are responsible for that innovation happening. That innovation will happen anyway. It wastes time, wastes resources, wastes effort to try to beat somebody else. Real innovation comes when, if you're not there, it doesn't happen. That is real innovation. Incidentally, this guided my life and career choices. When I went into spinal cord injury research, my mentor, Professor Rodolfo Linas, told me I would be wasting my time. He said, you are going to spend the next 30, 40 years of your life chasing an impossible dream. I know that if I had not gone into spinal cord injury research, certain things would not have happened. And this has guided many of my decisions. And I tell my students, please choose things in which you will have impact. Impact is to change the world, and if you weren't there, that thing would not happen. The second very important aspect of innovation is that you must have timing. Timing is so crucial. If you discover something, let's say you discover how to fly an airplane in 1860, and it took 100 years before the first person flew an airplane, it doesn't matter. Timing is important. You must actually have an innovation that people will follow. So if you were Steve Jobs, and I still remember when he announced to the whole world he was going to make a smartphone, everybody laughed. At that time, everybody had the BlackBerry. They can press all the buttons that they want. They can send the text messages. They can send emails. And oh my gosh, why do we need a smartphone? Why do we need a phone with keyboard on the screen? Why do we want to surf the internet with our cell phones? Why do we want this thing we carry in our pockets? He innovated, and it took only 4 or 5 years, but everybody in the world followed him. And he's created this trillion-dollar industry right now. This telecommunications industry that is based on a smartphone. And he was innovative. And he had timing. And the timing was right. The third aspect of innovation that we must actually include is innovation must help people. If you have innovation that does not help people, that does nothing but make you rich, maybe it's not as good as innovation that helps people. And it would be nice if it makes you rich as well. But I think helping people is the most important part of innovation. We're very proud to, at least I am very proud to be working with STEMsite because Kenneth, Jason, and I have been working for 20 years together. But the first thing that happened when he took over as the chairman of the company STEMsite, he came to me and he asked me, is this therapy worthwhile? Is it good for people? Is it something we should spend our time doing? I told him I want to study it for several weeks. I came back to him, I said, let's do this. This is very, very important for people. We shook hands and we memorialized this with an MOU in 2003. And we've been working together since. It has been more than 10 years. And I'm very happy to tell you that the clinical trials that have resulted from our working together has now led to a therapy that we believe will make as many as 75% of people with chronic complete spinal cord injury walk again and recover bowel and bladder function. This is, incidentally, when we started, we didn't know or we didn't think that this therapy would have such results. It was a risk. So finally, you know, when we do innovation, we are taking risk. You can never predict the success of innovation. And in all innovation, we are taking a chance with both our reputations, our money, and ultimately our careers. We have to spend time doing this. So I recommend it to my students, and I recommend to all of you, choose innovation that has impact. Choose innovation that has timing. Finally, choose innovation that helps people. And when you do this, then you will have helped mankind and yourself. And I believe that this is innovation worthwhile doing. Thank you.